Greetings, I'm Pillar Nexus with another episode of Pillar Loves Tabletop Games with a fun little co-op game called Castle Panic. It's been around for quite a while, actually. I want to say around 10 years, probably. In this game, you'll have a hand of cards to help you fight off various monsters as they attempt to assail your castle. Every turn, you'll draw up to your maximum hand size. If you're playing with multiple players, you can trade them. But before that, you have the option to discard and draw one card. If you're playing solo, it actually says you get to discard draw up to two. Yeah, after doing that and trading with multiple players, you can play your cards. You can play any number of them. Your a card effectiveness is basically dependent on where the monsters are and what you got. So Blue Swordsman is not going to help me because there's no one in that arc. Neither is Green Knight because there's nobody there either. But Red Archer will help. So I play the Red Archer card. I can either kill the Goblin or wound the Troll. After playing and resolving the card, it gets discarded. And then I have an opportunity to do other crazy stuff like scavenge. Search the discard pile per card, put it back in my hand. And then we play it again. And now we kill the goblin just to be sure. There we go. It's out of the game. Okay. So after I'm done playing any cards, could do this, but for demonstration purposes, just do the rest of this. So all the monsters will move. One ring closer. Forgive the crazy camera angles. I'm just having to do this with my phone. Yep. Alright. Now, if a monster goes to move into a wall to try to get into the castle, it takes a wound, and the wall's knocked down. If there's no wall in its way, it'll move in and break the tower and then take a wound. If it survives, though, if a monster gets in and survives, then on future moves, it'll start moving around and until it dies or eventually breaks your castle. When all the tower pieces are gone, you lose. Don't let that happen. But if you survive that, you'll draw more monster tokens. Like, let's say these. It's possible to have other crazy things come up, like boss monsters, or drawing extra tokens, or plague. All players discard the archer cards. Or the giant boulder that just rips through everything until it hits a wall. Tower, or the fortify token. There are other things that can come up in the deck. Fortify tokens and tar, or things to rebuild the walls that are going to be a very critical help. Don't ignore that possibility. But the monsters will roll a die. They'll start out in the forest, where they're pretty much invincible for a turn. And then the next player will take their turn until eventually all the monsters will run out and be down to what's left on the board. And the players will have to kill every last monster to win. If they don't, and instead they destroy the last tower, then it's over for the players. There's alternate modes for the game too. Like, instead of just throwing monsters to a collective discard pile, you can keep them as a trophy, and having the most points at the end wins. as long as you have a tower standing. Nobody wins if the castle falls. Um, alternatively, there's playing as the Overlord, where you'll actually have a hand of tiles to use. And then there's a ton of expansions there. Let's see here. Oop. There's a bunch of expansions for the game that I might check out too. Yeah, there's a lot of little extra stuff to try out and enhance your experience of the game for greater difficulty or maybe a little bit less. So why the hell do I love this game? Probably because the simplicity of it. It's a card-driven system and tokens, and it moves fairly quickly. It's not that hard of a game. I want to say one of the last tower defense kind of games I had was called Stronghold, and the rules for that, I don't know if there's just something wrong with me or what. I just couldn't I just couldn't get through the rules. But anyway, yeah, I like this is a multiplayer game. It goes quickly. It's simple. I mean, the ages for the game is what, 8 and up. That's a good intro game for younger players. Although they have my first Castle Panic game as well. So that's another fine addition to the collection. All right, so thank you very much for watching Pillar Lodge Tabletop Games, and I will see you next time.